Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for lesson 95. I am one self united with my Creator. Today's idea accurately describes you as God created you. You are one within yourself and one with Him. Yours is the unity of all creation. Your perfect unity makes change in you impossible. You do not accept this, and you fail to realize it must be so only because you believe that you have changed yourself already. So we are one with Him. So reason would say that that means our highest thoughts are the thoughts of God. So we don't have to question, is this God? Is this me? Because this says right here that we are one with God. And so if you're having negative thoughts, you can be sure those are not thoughts that are thought with God. But if they're loving, holy, pure, peaceful thoughts, then those would be thoughts with God. Now, we think, okay, well, if this says I can't change, well, that means then what's the hope? There's no hope for me if I can't change. Well, the thing is that we're not doing this course to change. I mean, a change will occur, but you're not changing who you are, because really what you're doing is letting go of the false you that you've created. And so by letting go of that identity that is not who you really are, then you're able to be who you always really were and the true self. And that's technically not changing because that's technically already you. Yeah. Okay. You see yourself as a ridiculous parody on God's creation. Weak, vicious, ugly, and sinful, miserable, and beset with pain. Now, some of you might be like, no, I don't. I don't see myself that way, and why are you telling me that I do? Well, if you don't, great. But I'm sure there's been a time at some point in your life where you have felt this about yourself. And if there hasn't, then I'm very happy for you, and I wish that were the case for me, because I know I have felt weak, I have felt vicious, I have felt ugly, I have felt sinful, I have felt miserable, and I have felt beset with pain plenty of times in my life, even today, at certain periods. So let's keep going. Such is your version of yourself, a self divided into many warring parts, separate from God, and tenuously held together by its erratic and capricious maker, to which you pray. It does not hear your prayers, for it is deaf. It does not see the oneness in you, for it is blind. It does not understand you are the Son of God, for it is senseless and understands nothing. So this self you've created, or you've held on to and believed that this negative self of yours is real, it isn't, and it's not going to do anything for you. You have to let it go. We will attempt today to be aware only of what can hear and see, and what makes perfect sense. We will again direct our exercises towards reaching your one self, which is united with its Creator. In patience and in hope, we try again today. That's the beauty of the course. We keep trying. Even if you haven't felt like you've made progress, I bet you if you think back to the first lesson of this course and how far you've come and how much you've learned, it's probably a lot, and a lot more than you may realize. The use of the first 5 minutes of every waking hour for practicing the idea for the day has special advantages at the stage of learning in which you are at present. It is difficult at this point not to allow your mind to wander if it undertakes extended practice. You have surely realized this by now. You have seen the extent of your lack of mental discipline and of your need for mind training. It is necessary that you be aware of this, for it is indeed a hindrance to your advance. And I know this is true. I swear, I was like, I told you guys before, the chutes and ladders analogy. I feel like I had really good mind training and control and would have incredible meditations where it was just like a direct conversation, phone call with my higher self. And then lately, it's been really tough. Like, my mind has been wandering a lot, and I've had a really hard time connecting. And so, what do? I just keep trying, and I try not to beat myself up about it. And hopefully I'll get back to that place where I feel that direct connection again. If I'm honest with myself, it's because I've been so stressed about money, which I'm really trying hard to just let it go and just trust. So, it's a good lesson. I'm learning a lot. I'm ready for the lesson to be over. I'm ready to have learned it. Okay. Frequent but shorter practice periods have other advantages for you at this time. In addition to recognizing your difficulties with sustained attention, you must also have noticed that unless you are reminded of your purpose frequently, you tend to forget about it for long periods of time. Guilty. Totally forget about it. Like, I'll do my morning meditation and then forget the lesson until night meditation. And I don't want to do that. I want to keep remembering it through the day. That's how real change occurs, is when you can apply what you're learning in the moment, in the day, throughout the day, which I don't know if it's like I need to keep tattooing it on my hand or something. Well, I mean, I haven't tattooed it on my hand, but I've thought about it. I'm like, oh, this is a good lesson. But I don't know. Anyone out there have some good strategies for how you have maintained paying attention to and being aware of the lesson all throughout the day? If you have any tips, please leave them. You often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for the day, and you have not yet formed the habit of using the idea as an automatic response to temptation. Structure, then, is necessary for you at this time. Plan to include frequent reminders of your goal and regular attempts to reach it. Regularity in terms of time is not the ideal requirement for the most beneficial form of practice in salvation. It is advantageous, however, for those whose motivation is inconsistent and who remain heavily defended against learning. So, putting it in your calendar, putting a reminder on your phone, an alarm that goes off every certain, period of time that has the lesson written on it, that would probably help. We will, therefore, keep to the 5 minutes an hour practice periods for a while and urge you to omit as few as possible. Using the first 5 minutes of the hour will be particularly helpful since it imposes firmer structure. Do not, however, use your lapses from this schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as you can. So if you miss it at the top of the hour, as soon as you remember it, do it right then. Don't wait till the next top of the hour. Just do it. There may well be a temptation to regard the day as lost because you have already failed to do what is required. This should, however, merely be recognized as what it is, a refusal to let your mistake be corrected and an unwillingness to try again. So you don't have to be perfect, okay? Just do what you can do and keep going for it. Anytime you remember, even if you remember 2 hours before you're going to sleep, great, get those 2 moments in and then do your meditation before sleep. Any little bit does help. The Holy Spirit is not delayed in His teaching by your mistakes, so that's reassuring. He can be held back only by your unwillingness to let them go, letting your mistakes go. Let us therefore be determined, particularly for the next week or so, to be willing to forgive ourselves for our lapse in diligence and our failures to follow the instructions for practicing the day's idea. This tolerance for weakness will enable us to overlook it rather than give it power to delay our learning. If we give it power to do this, we are regarding it as strength and are confusing strength with weakness. When you fail to comply with the requirements of this course, you have merely made a mistake. This calls for correction and for nothing else. To allow a mistake to continue is to make additional mistakes based on the first and reinforcing it. It is this process that must be laid aside, for it is but another way in which you would defend illusions against the truth. Let all errors go by recognizing them for what they are. They are attempts to keep you unaware you are one self, united with your Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. This is the truth, and nothing else is true. Today we will affirm this truth again, and try to reach the place in you which there is no doubt that only this is true. So anytime you're feeling resistance, that's the ego trying to keep you from progressing. Do not beat yourself up. That's the ego trying to keep yourself from progressing. Do not get upset at yourself for missing. That's the ego trying to get you to not progress. Okay. Begin the practice period today with this assurance offered to your mind with all the certainty that you can give. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and in peace. Then close your eyes and tell yourself again, slowly and thoughtfully, attempting to allow the meaning of the words to sink into your mind, replacing false ideas. I am one self. Repeat this several times and then attempt to feel the meaning that the words convey. You are one self, united and secure in light and joy and peace. You are God's Son, one self with one Creator and one goal, to bring awareness of this oneness to all minds, that true creation may extend the allness and the unity of God. You are one self, complete and healed and whole, with power to lift the veil of darkness from the world, and let the light in you come through to teach the world the truth about yourself. That's a big paragraph. That's intense. We are one. We are healed. We are whole. We are complete. Our job is to bring awareness of this oneness. And the best place to start with that awareness is your own mind. How can you possibly share that awareness with anyone until you have it in your own mind? You are one self, in perfect harmony with all there is, and all there will be. You are one self, the Holy Son of God, united with your brothers and in that self, united with your Father in His will. Feel this one self in you and let it shine away all your illusions and your doubts. This is yourself, the Son of God Himself, sinless as its creator, with His strength within you and His love forever yours. You are one self, and it is given you to feel this self within you and to cast all your illusions out of the one mind that is this self, the holy truth in you. So again, big paragraph. But there's a lot going on here. At the same time, there's not a lot going on here. Basically, the whole idea is there's only one being, and we are all one. We are all one being. And what is that being? That being is love. That being is light. Light and love, that vibration of love. And so that is your true self. And when you are vibrating in a place of love, or when you're focusing on love and you're letting appreciation and love just marinate within you, if you focus on something that you love and appreciate and let that build up, you will feel that energy within you. That energy is the vibration I'm talking about. That's the vibration of love. That is when you are connected and in a place of oneness, because all other beings at that vibration, we're all connected. When we go into a place of darkness, we choose to disconnect. We choose to say, you know what, I'm going to be dark and negative and cranky, and I'm valuing this thing that's upsetting me more than I'm valuing being in a place of love and light. And I know it's hard because I've been there. Even this morning, I was super cranky, and I just was like holding on to that cranky feeling. Why? I don't know why we do it, guys. Habit, bad habit, comfort because it's familiar. I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? I don't have all the answers, but our higher self does. Higher self? Okay, let's just keep going. Do not forget today, we need your help, your little part in bringing happiness to all the world. And heaven looks to you in confidence that you will try today. Share then its surety, for it is yours. Be vigilant. Do not forget today. Throughout the day, do not forget your goal. Repeat today's idea as frequently as possible, and understand each time you do so, someone hears the voice of hope, the stirring of the truth within his mind, the gentle rustling of the wings of peace, because we are one. Your own acknowledgement, you are one self, united with your Father, is a call to all the world to be at one with you. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea and tell him this: you are one self with me, united with our Creator in this self. I honor you because of what I am and what He is, and who loves us both as one. It's a beautiful idea. We are one. And when you have that idea in your mind, it will affect the way you treat other people. When you're really connected and you're getting the fact that they are you and you are them, and what you do to them, you're doing to yourself. All right, I put, when we are one, we release competition. Winning a game or an award isn't the point or the fun. If our focus is on the end, we miss the fun in the game, in the journey. So let's play, run, no need to race. We all grow together. So not that there's anything wrong with a good competition, but I like this because, yeah, the point of what you're doing is not the end product. The point of creating a film is not just to have the film, but it's the whole process of creating the film or the app I'm working on. The end product of the app is not the focus. I mean, I do want to finish this app, but the beauty of it is all the process of the creation. And so when you're playing a game, if you're playing a game of soccer, sure, it'd be great to win, but the actual process of playing the game and working as a team and using your body and that whole thing, that's the beauty, that's the fun, that's the life, right? It's not about the end. And when we see ourselves as one, we eliminate competition. Well, that means that, if they win, we're just as happy for them as if we win, because them winning is us winning because we're all one, right? Okay, well, anyway, that was just a little side note. So it's a little bit long of a lesson, but hey, it was 3 pages. What am I going to do? All right, I'll see you tomorrow for lesson 96. Take care. Bye.